Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your monthly reading for August 2025. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And we're going to jump right in. First things first. Happy birthday, Virgo. I'm very excited for you. This is going to be, it's almost like it's indisputable. This is going to be your most memorable birthday season of all time. This is bonkers what's happening for you, okay? And I'm excited. I'm starting off with you this week, okay? So you're my tester in terms of like how long my script is to cut it back for the other signs. Happy birthday. Listen, here's the other thing. If you're new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview. Then I'm going to do your spread. Then I break it down week by week. I talk about more aspects. Then we do the second spread, and there's a lot happening in August. Not everything's on the whiteboard. And don't forget, the blue asterisks are the best aspects of the month. And I am filming this while Mercury is retrograde with Uranus on my ascendant, and Mercury being the lower octave of Uranus, my chart ruler being Mercury. I know this will go well. So just like June and July, August is one for the books, okay? August is like something that wasn't meant to touch water. It's electric. It's sensational. It's also very like oxygen to fire. It's very Shazam. It is the least boring month. The sheer magnitude of what we've been waiting for all year is here, okay? And lucky you, right? Lucky you, Virgo. It's in your birthday season, and it's one of those long months with over 30 days. That's right. Okay, so here's the thing. You know that you've been working on that spiritual leader, that spiritual hero, the role model energy that you've been experiencing, right? With the rare trine that we've been having, the prism portal is what I've decided to name it. It's locked and loaded now, okay? So this is going to be a truly defining moment. Big, big. Not only is it your birthday season, but this is all happening before eclipse season is in September, when you have a solar eclipse in your sign. And just wait until I turn this back, okay? What's on the back here for you, Virgo. So remember, I've been saying it for weeks. This summer, please take action. Take that inspired action to be where you want to be by February 2026. That's the big reset, okay? Saturn, Neptune conjunction, also full moon in Leo. There's the solar eclipse in Aries. Everything is happening in February 2026. This is the last month, okay? To take all that action, okay? And I say that because September 1st is the deadline. That's when Saturn moves back into Pisces. So remember, you got a long month, and August it's like off the charts. It's off the Richter scale. Mars is changing signs. Mars is leaving your sign and moving into Libra. I hope you're like buckled up. I feel like there's going to be some prices right jumping up and down when I tell you what's happening for you this month. Venus is changing signs and will conjunct Jupiter, our annual gift from the universe, in August, one of the most auspicious aspects of the entire year. And we also have a cluster of rare, I can't process what's happening here aspects for one of the most bonkers weekends of 2025. Mercury will officially go direct. That's going to have a big impact on you because obviously Mercury's your ruler. So you're going to feel that. Remember what I said, when Mercury goes direct, light speed, things are going to you're going to feel that. And there's going to be one day where Venus has 4 major aspects in one day. Okay. And Uranus is a planet gone wild this month. Very Forrest Gump, very, box of chocolates. Yeah. Okay. It's all part of your breakthrough though. And there's a lot of karmic winds of change this month. The South Node obviously is in your sign. So buckle up. And don't forget, we're still in retrograde mode, as you know. Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Ceres, yeah, your dwarf planet, Mercury, the first half. So you're really still taking that time to redefine yourself, anything, circumstances, reassessing things, it's all giving you perspective. So remember, this is good. That's a good thing. All the retrogrades, a good thing, especially for what is about to happen this month. Remember, even before we move into your birthday season, into Virgo season, you've got that stage, you've got the spotlight, yeah, with all that Leo energy. I talked about it last week, all right? So Leo season full of just creativity and passion and love, and you tapping into your inner child, and it's heart-based living, and it is your 12th house, Virgo, so very spiritual for you. A lot of healing that you're doing. And finally, just to remind you, because this bears repeating, that rare minor grand trine, yeah, that magical triangle, the pyramid, whatever you want to call it. Again, I'm calling it the prism portal, and that is Saturn conjuncting Neptune in Aries, right? Sextile Uranus in Gemini, which is trining Pluto in Aquarius. Yeah. This is all the outer planets, like I said, locked and loaded. They're connecting. They're all working with each other now to create this new era for you, this once a lifetime alignment that nobody on earth has experienced. And I promised you when I would tell you when we really, really feel that energy. Okay. Well, we're here now. In fact, the majority of the aspects this month are all part of this prism portal. All right. And those aspects are between 0 to 2 degrees of new beginnings. Okay. So this prism portal, these alignments with these 4 planets, they are breaking down who you were to make you who you're meant to be, the new you. Okay. So like the Greek gods are watching from other dimensions right now. They're excited for this moment. They got popcorn. So let's dive right in. Okay, so the first day of August, actually, yeah, it's a little emotional. There's going to be a couple squares. I'll walk you through it. And remember, I might have to hop over a couple of these aspects, bring them back up, and we break them down week by week, okay, when we pull more cards at the end. All right, but Friday, just a day after that Mercury Cazimi, yeah, we have Venus in Cancer. Remember, Venus is in Cancer at this point, squaring both Saturn and Neptune. Okay, so Venus, who is very sweet and all about your pleasures and desires, well, she's grounded, okay, by Saturn and Neptune. So remember, Saturn and Neptune conjuncting in Aries, they want different things. They bring different things to the table. What's realistic, what's ideal. I like to dissolve. I like to build, so remember, Venus is the compromise here, right? So you've got to figure out how to make this work. The main thing is it just may be a little bit emotional, and for you, a lot of it. Because remember, Saturn and Neptune conjuncting in Aries, that would be your 8th house. So that can get really deep. That can get really personal. But 8th house is transformation. Yeah. Just remember, this conjunction that's happening in your 8th house, out of all the signs, the fact that it's in your 8th house, the house of death and rebirth, as part of out with the old, in with the new, especially this month with the South Node in your sign, you're going through some of the biggest changes, okay? Some of the biggest ones. And remember, Venus being in Cancer, that is your 11th house. So not only is that your support system, your friendships, your squad, groups you belong to, but it's also your future hopes, long-term goals, wishes, dreams, commitments, things like that, okay? And so Venus is just a little bit like sensitive here. It just looks like there might be a friend. There might be a friend you may not see eye to eye with. Remember, these are squares. Venus is nurturing. And the squares, that can be a little bit harsh, right? Mercury, again, in Leo is still a thing at this point, okay? Retrograde. So it could be people from the past that you're looking or, revisiting. It can be online. It can be in person. It can be a little like ego, pride, but then also Venus is being so sensitive. So, yeah. And then you have Saturn, the authority and the boss. So for you, again, it just looks like it might be something here where it might be a relationship. It might have to do with money, and it might have to do with friends, okay, or a community. So just keep that in mind. All right. There may be some, boss, figure, or even a father figure in the picture around this time. But just remember, Saturn's going to be bringing reality checks. Yeah. That's what he does. So you might feel a little bit defensive. There may be something like questioning your self-worth, and that gets you even more defensive, especially if someone's questioning your, vision for your future. So just remember, you just want to, stay frosty, be cool. This is going to pass, okay? It's going to pass. All you got to do is not worry about nothing. That's it, okay? You do you. Don't let anyone take your power, because it is going to be. Yep. All right. So, and practice patience at Saturn, right? So Saturn's just really testing you right now. And patience really is, your BFF. Okay. It's a great virtue. And actually with Venus square Neptune, yeah, that's a little La La Land. And so maybe even like Alice in La La Land, like it's like fog. So you really got to just know what you want. There may be a situation like, is it truly what you want? If it has to do with relationships or money or wealth building or your personal transformation or something with friendships or, things like that. Okay. Just keep that in mind. And also people can be a little bit deceptive around this time. Now, and by the way, Mars is still in your sign. So Virgo, please. With what's happening here, don't be hard on yourself. Don't be self-critical. All right? You heard it here. Okay? Remember, it's all about compromise. And continuing to add structure to your visions and your passions. Okay? Now, the other thing is that, and don't forget, you've still got the spotlight with Leo season. Now, Wednesday, August 6th, Mars moves into Libra. All right. So Mars officially leaves your sign. Mars, which has done so much for you for the past few months. Yeah. Oh, gosh, it's done a lot for you. Now, Mars is leaving your sign, moving into Libra, Mars being action and drive and passion. And yeah, libido in Libra, and a sign that has to do with marriage and partnerships. But also legal matters, also like peace and harmony and diplomacy. Yeah. Up until about September 22nd. Okay. So pretty much all of your birthday season. So this is you using Mars to seek fairness and justice when it comes to your self-worth. You're really not, you're going to show people with Mars in Libra. You're going to show people who you are. All right. So this is really nice here. Okay. And Mars in Libra is very like owning. It's like very legally blonde. Yeah. Reese Witherspoon in her heels. Anyway, here's the thing. Libra rules your second house. So keep that in mind. Mars in Libra until the end of your birthday season in your second house of money, finances, income, salary. You got Uranus and Gemini in your 10th. You're going to have a lot of Uranus aspects that are long-lasting. Career. So a lot of you are changing jobs and professions, or maybe doing something on the side gig, extra money, whatever it is. There's highlight here, okay? And again, just wait. It gets better and better and better and better. But Mars in Libra, you're going to feel intensely up until the 17th. And that's because Mars in Libra is now creating a grand air trine. It's what we call a grand air trine, because you have Mars in Libra, right? You have Uranus in Gemini, and then you have Pluto in Aquarius. So you see that triangle. And so these three air signs all aligning, working as a team. Yeah. You're going to see that play out the next few days. Yeah. You can call it a triple trine if you want to. But they're all at those early degrees of new beginnings, between 0 to 2 degrees. So you're really going to feel this strongly. And what is it doing? It's hitting. And you can't make this up, Virgo. The fact that you got Mars in Libra in your second house of income, salary, finances. You got Uranus and Gemini in your 10th house of fame and career. And then you have Pluto in Aquarius in your 6th house of work. So just putting it out there, okay? A lot of y'all are changing your professions, your jobs. If you're not for a career, it's your reputation. It's what whatever you're exerting your energy into that you want to be known for. And there is a sense of like, you're going to be having a lot. You're going to be talking. You're going to be talking a lot. You're going to have a lot of conversations. You're going to be networking a lot. The 10th house is also achievements. But then the fact that you got Mars in Libra, second house, that's comfort. That's material comfort. That's self-worth. That's self-value. That's you saying, you know what? I'm worth more than what I'm getting paid right now. And I'm going to take that action. Remember, justice, fairness for you, and that sense of confidence that Mars is bringing. Use this. I almost said the F word. I was like, use this. Virgos, y'all crack me up. Now, here's the other thing. If you're not here for any of that, and remember, it's just going to be, it's in a sign of like initiating things, like, or the degrees. You're going to be initiating because just, again, we're getting to the, it just keeps getting better and better. Anyway, you're going to have a lot of, by the way, the second house is like, there's a sense of physicality here, your physical world. With Mars here, you, can also have like really amped up physicality when it comes to relationships. I mean, so do the math. And you remember you got Saturn, Neptune in your 8th house, and that's a whole other thing. And, we're in Leo season, which is procreation. So just letting y'all know that there may be some of that stuff too, but it's Libra, right? So partnerships, relationships, really big deal. You're also possibly going to be making up with people, making amends. Remember, Mercury still is retrograde, so people, things from the past, but also creative projects. I'm sure you're going back to things from the past. Please check your DMs. Check your junk box. You probably got an email from a boss or a colleague that you worked with 4 years ago at Dunkin' Donuts, wherever. Okay, C-suite at Target. It doesn't matter. Here's the other thing: is that Mars? Yeah, he's still like a spear. Yeah. So I want you to think. Remember, he's in Libra, the Justice card, right? Libra is associated with the Justice card, and remember, the Judge is holding the sword. So now this month, cut anything you don't need from your life. That's going to give you even more acceleration. Okay. And so now welcome to the most bonkers weekend, long weekend, because Monday's involved, but I call this the anything goes convergence point. Okay. This is out of control. What is happening? I'm just going to tell you. And again, it continues on the back. I'll tell you just real quickly what's happening. You're going to have Mars trine Uranus. You're going to have Mars opposite Saturn and Neptune, full moon in Aquarius, Mars trine Pluto. Then that Monday, Saturn sextile Uranus, Venus conjunct Jupiter, and then Mercury's going direct. That's all in like 3 days. I mean, come on. So let's start with Friday, August 8th. Yeah, the Lionsgate portal. We'll talk about this next week in your weekly forecast. Big. Because what is happening this day is Mars trine Uranus. So this is rare. It happens once a year, okay? And it's one of the most exciting trines, which remember are very favorable. They work in your favor. They're make things effortless. They're like a luck magnet, okay? And you got Mars and Libra, Uranus and Gemini, 2 air signs. This is big, radical breakthrough, okay? With no brakes. Kool-Aid Man on roller skates. I mean, this is wild. It's fun. It's stimulating. It's innovation, evolution, revolution. It's your freedom. But this is like making progress in your sleep. That's how beneficial this aspect is. And remember, Uranus in Gemini is reinventing yourself already. But now you got Mars really amplifying it, really cranking things up like very Aaron Brockovich. I mean, this is huge. This is when you are going to start taking risks, feeling confident, assertive, bold, adventurous, even rebellious, even daring. Okay. My way or the highway. Yeah. And even like showing off. Yeah. Even like, yeah. Remember, this is your 10th house of career and fame, honors, achievements, public image, and your 2nd house of money, finances, salary, self-worth, and material possessions. Like you could be getting a medal, a Pulitzer Prize or something. This is big for you. This is really big. It is your big break is what it is. And a lot of y'all, it's going to be you changing direction toward your legacy because you have that breakthrough. Remember, you freeing your mind. There's something you're doing. You're like, I got to do this. Trust your intuition, okay? And this is for something that you have really strong passion for. And remember, Uranus wants you to shake things up anyway, and you got Mars here helping. I mean, whoa, okay? Things will be shook. Especially because you're just going to take that action. This is such high frequency, high energy. It's exciting. And it just really, again, it is Mars, so it is physicality. There could be like really exciting things that happen in your physical world as well, okay? It's like Love is Blind when the two people, after they talk for weeks, They proposed and they're standing in front of those sliding wall things waiting for the, anyway, and it's also a big sex drive, FYI. All right, just letting you know. All right, so anyway, same day, Mars is going to be opposite Saturn and Neptune. So you are going to feel this days before, days after. And this is timing-wise, but this is how you do it, okay? First, let's start with Mars opposite Saturn. You've got the two malefic planets. And they're very different. Mars is fast, Saturn is slow. Mars is detriment in Libra, Saturn's in its fall in Aries. So this is kind of it's awkward, yeah? But it's still come at me, bro, energy. So they're like the fun police, two TSA agents, okay? You got a boomer and a Gen Zer. And they pulled you to the side. They're like, random check on your spiritual journey. Mars is looking for cracks, okay? Peace, harmony, yeah? Self-worth, self-value. Saturn, who is karma, by the way, wants you to learn a lesson. And on this day, or even a day before, day after, you're going to see what that lesson is, okay? And so again, Saturn being in your 8th house, it has something to do with your transformation. Caterpillar to butterfly, or money, or partnerships. It can be business, it can be love, okay? There's something there. Again, we'll talk more about your weekly forecast, but maybe even contracts as well. Just remember, wax on, wax off, okay? Practice that patience. Saturn's the karma police. Mars, yeah, he's just... But you're going to be fine. You're going to make your flight, okay? To Key West. Anyway, you got Mars opposite Neptune. So this one's easy. Just be realistic about your vision, about your future, about your dreams. Avoid delusion, escapism. This can be really deep. I mean, it is your 8th house. So again, this can be rabbit hole deep, right? Stay grounded in reality. Shut off your Nintendo, whatever it is, whatever you got to do. It's a lot of cardinal energy you're working with right now. All right. So all these planets are asking you to be that leader. Okay. And have your transformation. Okay. Get some crystals, do a sound bath, spend time in nature. You're an earth sign, go sit with the frogs. Because what really adds to the intensity of this day, again, it's not on the white. There's so many things not on the whiteboard that but that's how big August is. But yeah, Pluto will conjunct the moon at this point. All right. So that adds a little bit of intensity. You may be doing some shadow work. Just letting you know. Okay. So now the other thing is that at this point, you see that every planet involved, they're in, their domicile or home signs. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. It's just such an interesting month. And just know everything here is preparing you for February 2026. All right. But you got to take that action. Yeah. Okay. So, and yeah, cardinal signs, mutable signs. Yeah. Really going to feel this. Now, Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you live, August 9th, August 10th. Where are we? We're still on this page? Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. So, yeah, we got the full moon in Aquarius, and it's happening around 4 a.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. So it just depends on where you live. August 9th, August 10th. Now, remember that we have that perfect golden triangle, that air trine with Mars, Uranus, and Pluto. And now you have the full moon in air sign Aquarius. And remember, there's this huge party happening in the sky with the prison portal. You're going to feel this. This is one of the best full moons. Yeah, you got to avoid that opposition. One of the best full moons. Remember, Pluto is in Aquarius. Uranus is in Gemini. Yeah. Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. This is a full moon of breakthroughs. The ultimate breakthrough. Yeah. This is genius energy. It's all about innovation and community and your network and friendships and humanity and the masses, the collective. This is a collective awakening. And remember, the moon, I've told you this, has an impact on our emotions. We all know that. Has an impact on ocean tides. It locks the tides. Water is emotions. Water represents emotions, but our bodies are made of 60 to 70% water. And planets are energy. Therefore, the moon has an impact on us greatly. Yeah. This full moon is all about the 8 billion people on this planet. and we're all going to feel it. It's all about the collective. That's what Aquarius represents. It's massive. It's revolutionary. That's Pluto in Aquarius, okay? So this full moon is all about your future. And remember, you've got Pluto in Aquarius. Aquarius rules your 6th house. And so what does that even mean? That's your day-to-day activities. That's work. Health matters as well. So remember, full moons illuminate endings, culmination, turning points. So again, when I see what's happening for you, I'm like, oh, Virgos are about to like own, you know, the entire Chick-fil-A franchise. Like whatever it is, start your own company where you are going to be, you know, the next Shark Tank host, whatever it is. But y'all are, things are changing. Okay. Things are changing. And so you're really going to feel this strongly, to be honest. And we're just going to talk about more in your weekly forecast. Just know there may be some revelations as well. Okay. Just keep that in mind. And I would not be surprised if you also, there's just something here where you're just going to feel, I mean, you are all about service to others, right? Aquarius rules, like I said, the 6th house, that's your home. So there's going to be something really nice for you here. All right. Now, the other thing is that Sunday, August 10th, Mars in Libra will trine Pluto in Aquarius. So this is rare. Is it? No, this is rare. Okay. Absolutely rare. Happens once a year. This is Mars and Pluto. This is potent. This is unstoppable. Get the out of my way energy. You're going to feel this. This is drive. This is action on a whole other level. This is like conquer level. All right. Like She-Ra. True stamina here. Again, Mars is physicality too. All right. And it is trining Pluto in your 6th house, your health sector, your lifestyle, physical fitness, things like that. You're going to feel amped up. But again, this is just Mars trine Pluto is all about achievements. Like eyes on the prize, true determination. And it's like a powerhouse of a CrossFitter. Okay. That's still a thing. I don't know. Nothing's going to stop you is what I'm saying. This is absolutely amazing. And this is you just being a magnet, getting everything that you deserve. All right. It's the 2 most powerful planets. They're empowering you. Pluto is transformation. You got Mars in the 2nd. Self-worth, self-value, bring out that confidence. But also there's something here with money. All right. Now, just please use this. It's Pluto being the higher octave of Mars, and they're just really amplifying the energies together through the roof. Yeah. And yes, sex and like bunny stuff. Okay. Bunny stuff is still a thing with Mars and Pluto, by the way. And truth and justice with Mars and Libra. Now we get to Monday, the 11th, which is still part of this crazy, weekend. There's so much happening. I'm including it. I'm considering it a 3-day weekend. Monday. Now, welcome to the rarest of them all. You've got Saturn, sextile Uranus. You've been getting a little sample of Saturn, sextile Uranus. Yeah. But now it's at 1 degree, the initiator degree, the exact perfection, the degree of new beginnings. We have not seen this since 1996. Since the Atlanta Olympics. And yes, I remember. I am from there. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. All right. So, as I said, you're going to feel it strongly in August. Here it is. Okay. So remember, sextiles are those windows of opportunity for you to thrive and prosper. All right. And it's, again, rare. So rare. And this is part of your awakening. And this is all about, innovation and change and progress with great discipline and structure and authority. That's long lasting. Yeah. It's Saturn, all about the long term. Sextiling Uranus in your 10th house of fame and career. Something is happening here for you. Remember, Saturn in your 8th house of transformation, but also wealth building. Inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, royalties, also partnership building. And it can be business partners or with an investor, things like that. Remember, Saturn is mastery of self, Saturn in Aries, and then you've got Uranus in Gemini, that's being your authentic self. This is a new sensation. That's right. Yeah. NXS said it best. So basically, Out with the old, in with the new. New traditions you're going to see are being implemented right now for you. This is part of your complete reinvention. This is huge. We'll talk about more in your weekly forecast for sure. On that same day, oh my goodness. Okay, so we have Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. And so you've got now the two benefic planets, yeah, getting together to do something extraordinarily special for you. And when I say for you, Virgo, this is your 11th house of your future hopes, which is long-term goals and dreams. And look at all the aspects that have already been laying down the, golden pathway for you. This is insane. This is it's the only conjunction of the month, by the way. You're going to start feeling this around the 7th, the 8th. This is the day of the perfection. You'll feel it up until like the 19th. But we'll talk about your weekly forecast. This is the golden buzzer, okay? Everything that your heart desires. This is Venus, love, money, creativity, relationships. With a planet of expansion and luck and good fortune, profit. These two planets want the best for you, all right? If you're single, by the way, whoa. Because remember, Jupiter natively rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. You have Mars there right now in Libra, right? Because Libra rules that house. But also, the North Node in Pisces is in your 7th house. So I would not be surprised if there's something really big here in terms of partnerships, relationships, or marriage, or contracts, or legal matters. But at the same time, you've got something here with, it could be a friend turning into something more than a friend, yeah? You've got a lot to look forward to. That's all I'm saying. And then with Uranus in the mix, behind the scenes, bringing surprises, wonderful surprises. I mean, the sextile to Saturn, that promise of longevity and commitments. Wow. And so much home and family stuff too for you. Yeah. So much home and family, like really great stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of y'all are like buying a place. All right. But anyway, two benefics. Bringing you luck. Feels so good to feel good. And it's a great time to launch something. Yeah. If this is your birthday, by the way, if you are like Virgo rising, for instance, like, whoa. Okay. Anyway, so there's more things happening. Again, not even on the whiteboard. I'll tell you because it's your birthday season. On that same day, Venus and Jupiter will connect with the North Node. That will be conjuncting the moon in Pisces in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships, where Mars is for you right now. Just letting you know. And contracts and marriage. On the same day, Mercury officially goes direct. There you go. There's a clarity, your negotiation, signing things, movement, truth, everything. Okay? C'est la vie. And yes, remember, my website, this is what the day that I planned for it. It's going to go. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. So you can go on now and sign up for updates. Remember, I'm doing longer predictions, deep dives, world astrology teaching, astrology, tarot, free tarot readings, daily tarot horoscopes, all of it, all live streams too, because yeah, I'm in Aquarius. I'm all about the collective. Anyway, Thursday, August 14th, you got Mercury sextile Mars. Okay, another super rare aspect. These planets move so fast. For them to have an aspect, come on. No, listen. This is very it's so spiritual for you. But anyway, what's fascinating about this, by the way, just real quickly, is that they move fast, but they're traveling together almost like hand in hand for about 10 days. So you're going to feel this up until the 22nd, 23rd. I mean, it's amazing. Okay. Like I said, Mercury is going to be like a bullet train. And Mercury is your ruler, right? This is Mercury's only aspect this month. Just like Jupiter only has one aspect, but even still, this is you just being very quick and alert and assertive, and it's all about negotiations and writing projects, pitching, flirting, getting married, exchanging vows, going steady, all of that. Problem solving. You're going to love this. Take that inspired action. We will definitely talk more about this in your weekly forecast. You just have so many rare things here. Okay, what else can I tell you? Friday, August 15th. No, I'll wait that. We're going to save that one, okay? I'm going to tell you some more important things. We're going to skip that. Oh, I'll tell you, Virgo, because it is your... Okay, so on the 19th, and we'll talk about this when we get to the weekly forecast, all right? 2 weeks from now, We have a triple conjunction in Cancer. Yeah. We're going to have the moon in Cancer conjuncting Jupiter and Venus. Jupiter's going to be at its degree of exaltation, meaning he's at his strongest point. You're going to see things happen around this day. Big. And remember, it's in your 11th house of your future hopes, wishes, long-term goals, all of that. Friendships, networks, community, social media, and home, family, partnerships, contracts. It is a jackpot moment. Now, Friday the 22nd, happy birthday, Virgo. We move into Virgo season. So we leave that fun, like fiery energy of Leo and move into your sign where it's like getting down to business. All right. Checking off your to-do list, being practical, organized, focusing on service to others, hospitality, health, your work, colleagues, employees, your intern from, Des Moines, all of that. And health. Don't forget health. Okay. You're breaking out the sage around this time. Yeah. Because you're doing those pre-eclipse cleansings, manifestations. Remember, Virgo, you represent purification. All right. So do it anyway. You're going to be mapping out your new responsibilities. There's so many new changes for you at this point. Okay. So happy birthday, Virgos. Happy birthday, Salma Hayek and Keanu Reeves and Debbie Gibson. Anyway, August 22nd, 23rd. You got the new moon in Virgo. You got new moon in your sign. That's right. Oh my gosh. What's happening? As soon as you enter your birthday season, it's happening at 2 a.m. my time. So again, really late, but this is happening at 0 degrees. What? No. You're joking, right? Some people round it up to 1. No, it's at 0. It's a huge reset for you. Think the Fool card. Yeah. The Hermit. Okay. That's Virgo. That's your card. But again, with all of like that inner wisdom that you're gaining, it's just insane. All right. You've been working with the South Node in your sign anyway. So you're a different person. You're a huge. And remember, this is a big reset. Plant the seeds because this is some really fertile soil. All right. Things really rooting up for you. I mean, literally, you are an earth sign. This is an earth sign, right? So set intentions, big one, okay? Because what's going to happen, the intentions that you set for yourself, you're going to get a huge surge. Because remember, next month in September, we have that new moon solar eclipse in your sign at 29 degrees, critical degree. Everything's changing. It's a graduation, yeah? This new moon actually corresponds to the Virgo lunar eclipse, March 3rd, 2026, just weeks after that Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Like, your life is changing. I want you to know that, okay? Now, we'll skip the, Sun square Uranus. That's Venus moves into Leo. That's great. Monday, August 25th. You'll love that. Venus is a heart. Leo is the heart. You're going to love this, okay? Really great, really great. Wonderful. That's your 12th house. So again, a lot more just spiritual energy for you. A lot of like things happening behind the scenes. You expanding your consciousness, even delving into the subconscious, unrooting things because you're so empowered. Remember, you got that She-Ra energy. And Venus is, I told you, you've been working with a different Venus. Speaking of a different Venus, Tuesday, August 26th, okay, so Venus has 4 major aspects, okay? She's hitting every single outer planet at 0 to 1 degrees. Remember, she just moved in to Leo, all right? Your life is extremely changing. And Venus is, your love life, your money life, all of that. We know what Venus represents at this point, okay? So please mark your calendar for this day. This is very special. It's all fire and air, too. So it is like the fiery heart emoji times 4. Anyway, we'll talk about more in your weekly forecast. I'll just give you a quick little Venus will trine Saturn. Okay, so there's that support, stability in your commitments and your long-term goals. And it's karmic, it's Saturn. And that actually technically starts August 25th. But now, also Venus will sextile Uranus. So here's the breakthroughs. Letting your authentic self shine. Venus will trine Neptune, little sister, big sister. This is transcendent creativity. And then Venus will actually be opposite Pluto. So Venus will oppose Pluto. So there may be some things coming to the surface. Okay. Now, the last thing, saving the best for last. I mean, I shouldn't even say that. They're all insane aspects, but insane good. Okay. This actually really needs like a drum roll, but Thursday, the 28th of August, you have Uranus sextile Neptune. So once again, you've been working with this energy. You've been working with it, but now you've got it at the perfection, that 1 degree point. This is big. So we haven't seen this since 1965 to 1969. Yeah, it's long lasting. What did I say? These are outer planets. This is like 2 years long. And so you got Uranus and Gemini, the mind, the conscious, communication, the future, breakthroughs, all of that. And then Neptune in Aries, which is like the dreams, spirituality, higher mind. So think about the late 60s. Yeah. This is the new Burning Man, but without sponsors. This is honestly one of the most bonkers. Again, you're changing. You've got Uranus in the 10th. You're changing. Career, fame, public recognition, achievements, even social status, leadership. You got Neptune and Aries in your 8th. Transformation, money and love. This is big. Business partners, things like that. Okay. So anyway, again, very just like visionary, consciousness expanding. It's just transcendent change. You're going to see this. All right. It has a really long shelf life, like I told you. And it's going to be part of your everyday activities. And again, there is a huge element of work here with the fact that Uranus being natively ruling your 6th. That's your home, right? That's what you rule. So I don't even know what to say. Like, this is such a big deal, and everyone's going to feel this. But we'll talk about a lot more in your weekly forecast. And just a gentle reminder that all these outer planets, they're slow moving, all right? And they're in their new signs that they haven't been in some decades, some for centuries. So again, we have nobody on this planet, unless you're a, vampire, nobody has experienced this aspect and many other aspects that I just said. And that prison portal is locked in tight, especially for the next 2 years. I told you 2025, 2027, the most pivotal years of the decade. Okay. But the great change starts 2025 till 2032. Big month. August is a big month. Okay. And it is one of the reasons why I am launching the Great Awakener, and I'm excited to do the things I'm doing there. All right. So anyway, we're just going to be in a really big, let me just see what's going on here. What time? Let's get started, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you for, August. Big month for Virgo. August 2025. Virgo, sun, moon, and rising. That card really wanted to give you a little birthday preview. Not even a preview. Pre-wish. Okay. Virgo, y'all are amazing. We're gonna use that as a bonus clarifier. I do a traditional cultic cross spread, offers the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Yeah. And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. I'm so excited for y'all, Virgos. That new moon in Virgo, by the way, I'm a Virgo moon, but I got my eyes on the eclipse, the solar eclipse in Virgo that's happening in September at 29 degrees. I'm at 28 degree Virgo moon. That one's you're gonna see some changes. And hey, you're part of my journey anyway. And my mom's a Virgo. Y'all knew that. Let's get started. Changes, big ones. Yeah. Big changes. Okay. I really, really want you to know this is going to be a big month. You see what's happening here. There's going to be some change. Now, you got the Empress. Amazing. You're going to feel, it's like there's this surge. The Empress is like divine. Okay. This is like your soul glorified. So as you move into August, you are going to feel that. And you're going to feel this abundance and this sense of abundance. And that's what the Empress is. You even see the symbol of Venus and her sun-shaped heart. Now, the bigger message that's coming through is there's all these things that you want. Everything that your heart desires, okay? You want to be in this throne. It's not even a throne. It's a chair. It's a lounge chair because it's all about comfort. This is all about comfort. Yeah? She hadn't got no duties. This is all about comfort. Just, yeah. So she holds that golden scepter, creates all this abundance. This is 3. The birth of new things. It's all about creation. Even she's pregnant. You see the pomegranates all over her gown, about representing fertility and growth. So you'll see from the very beginning, from the get-go, even with Venus squaring the, Saturn and Neptune, which will motivate you. You're going to feel that. You're going to see exactly what you want. And you're going to have that moment of, okay, this is that abundance. I've gotten a taste of it. And you could have even gotten it back in, July. There were so many things that happened in July. But now you're seeing things that are becoming real for you, or could be real for you. And it's amazing. And again, this is all about creation. So this is you creating that reality for yourself with love, with money. And again, you got Saturn, Neptune, Ceres, Chiron, Eris, all in your 8th house of partnership building, relationship building. Like there's an element of that here, but there's almost this new you with all this self-love. And yes, there's a lot of sexual energy with the Empress as well. So a lot of y'all having kids. Are y'all having kids? Some of y'all are having kids, or grandkids are moving into the picture, because Saturn natively rules your 5th. We are in Leo season. Just keep that in mind. Remember, I said she's pregnant. And congratulations. Now, you do have the Queen of Cups in the heart of your spread, so that's really great, because remember, your 12th house is really activated. So very spiritual energy, but also very pure love, unconditional love. This is super conscious love coming from the Queen of Cups. So I love that you got the Empress and the Queen of Cups together, because there's so much love. There's so much passion. You're really feeling that in your bones. And it's this true selfless, like looking out for others. Okay. And people know that. People see that in you. Remember that confidence that you're building, and all this energy that you're feeling with all these aspects that are making you a lot more open, especially with Uranus, even open-minded, even with Uranus. There's a lot of borders being broken, especially inside. You got Mercury retrograde in your 12. So you're even thinking about things that you're like, that was the old me. Yeah. So I really love this, that she's very, she's like clairvoyant. Look at her, like gaze into her chalice, like it's like a crystal ball or whatnot. And so that's you with that 12th house activity. And then also like the South Node in your sign, like you're just becoming you're trusting your intuition. Okay. And there's this sense of like this divine awareness that's happening, and this emotional intelligence that you're just like, yes, you get it. And I love it. And you're on top of it, and people trust you. Yeah. They rely on you. They know that they come to you. But the Queen of Cups also does what her heart desires as well. So you're really going after the things that you want. Page of Pentacles in your challenge area. Yeah. So whatever new thing that you started, make sure that you keep your eyes on it, okay? Because remember, your ruler, Mercury, was retrograde. So if you started anything around that time, there just may be some things that, you got to hammer out. Again, I said, like, when Mercury goes direct, it'll be like a bullet train, but also truths. Like, you're going to see things that you're like, okay, miss this. You're a Virgo, you're like, I got to fix this. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Secondly, yeah, there may be someone, I'm just saying, maybe there's someone you want to do something with, grow something together with. Let it play out a bit, whether it's a relationship, like new. Yeah, it's a page, fresh new energy. There's a little bit some young energy here, so it can be like in terms of business, work, career. It's Pentacles. Yeah, it can be a relationship. Pentacles are your physical reality, like I said. Like can be a relationship. So just let it play out a bit. Don't let it play out. That's all. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying let it play out. See what happens. Okay. But it really is more about you keeping your eyes on things that are launching for you. Now, the other thing is that you got the 10 of Cups. I'm sorry, 10 of Swords in your crown, which is actually really great. Because again, there's a reason you had to go through Mercury retrograde in Leo in your 12th house. All right. Remember, just the fact that all the planets and their aspects just fell into the place that they did the past month and this month, that's like conscious space. Yeah, it's like, this was not random. Anyway, there you go. It's time. Whatever has been up here taking up too much headspace. It's time. Ten of Swords. And yeah, there could have been, a sense of the 12th house. When you have Mercury retrograde in the 12th house, 12th house is like, the lower expression would be like hidden enemies, right? And then you have your North Node in the 7th. You got Mars moving into Libra this month. So there is a sense of like, yeah, there could have been a little bit of maybe you feel like betrayal, or maybe someone that you thought was supporting you, really didn't have, your back, or, there could have been you feel like you were let down and it left a little bit of a sting, but now you got to pick yourself up. And you have to, he's got the same hand gesture as the Hierophant. Blessings, right? So it's a 10, it's the end. The sun coming out on the horizon. Those dark clouds are clearing. This is the end, yeah? Remember, everything is cyclical. 1 0 equals 1. We go back to 1. You got to learn from whatever that was, okay? Don't just like pick yourself up and then just move forward. Be like, okay, I learned my lesson because Saturn wanted me to learn a lesson. Mercury retrograde wanted me to learn a lesson. This is what karma is, karmic cycles, right? If you don't learn your lesson, you're going to be stuck in that cycle. So this is just saying, whatever it was, learn from it and use it to empower you moving forward, so you never have to go through that cycle again. And it might have to do with career. It might have to do with a boss. It might have to do, it's a Gemini card. It's 10th house. Okay, profession. There could have been something here. Yeah. And again, if you're not here for that, it's just anything that was taking up too much headspace. Now you can move forward because you got that self-love, and you got the 6 of Pentacles. Amazing. That's amazing. Love it. That's all about gratitude, generosity, this wonderful sense of spiritual wealth that you're feeling. And even this month, yeah, physical wealth. Seeking money. You got Mars and Libra in your 2nd with all these amazing aspects. So you could be in a place where you are just like, yes, I have all this gratitude. I don't have to worry about money. And if you're the one that needs support, if you are the one that wants to, be that helping hand for others, you want to see something crazy? Is that you got? So we call him the young Hierophant. So they have the same hand gesture. It's the same as Hierophant. There's the only 2. And remember, the Hierophant's like a big leader, spiritual leader. All right. So again, there's something spiritually that you're learning this month, and it's just like this is who you are, and that has to come out. Okay. And you do have that 5 of Pentacles in your future. So it's very interesting because there is going to be something that does end. There could be some sort of loss. There could have been like you lose your job. You've got to see it again. Uranus is going to do what Uranus wants to do if you don't use Uranus, right? But you have to see it as blessings in disguise. You've got good stuff happening. All right. Moving into your birthday season. And you've got to recognize if there's something holding you back, or something where you're being hard on yourself, like these 2 people. Remember, I said this month, yeah, there are some aspects where you may be a little hard on yourself. Don't. It's your birthday season. Okay? Let's get to your stuff. I'll clarify a couple of these. Virgo, oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what is going on. We're going to... Y'all are amazing. Happy birthday. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. So you don't even have to, you got some, okay. You got the 7 of Pentacles. Very interesting. So this whole thing with money, wealth, your relationship with money, things that you're in literal investments, or things that you're investing your time and energy into. If you're not here for money, that's a big theme for you, okay? When you get the 5, 6, 7, yeah? There's something here where, again, take that time to ask yourself, what is my old way of seeing things when it comes to money, wealth, salary, right? With Mars and Libra, and the justice of it all. And what's the new way? What am I doing to have that new way? Because the old way is not working. It's not working, okay? This is where you want to be. This is how you feel. This is what needs to come out. Take that time. You have that Knight of Cups here. Amazing. There is something on the other side in the form of a relationship, a partnership, something romantic. Could be a creative partner. That is the Knight of Cups. He's very imaginative, right? He's like the one that did the big mural at Burning Man, right? Anyway, really wonderful energy. It's in your external factors area. So there's someone that's joining you on your journey if they're not there already. And it could be someone that already is there, but you're going through a thing with them. All right. So remember, Mars and Libra, all about compromise, but that's how life should be anyway, right? Like, anyway, you got the Six of Swords here, which is really great. I love that with that Ten of Swords here. Six of Swords is like just clearing the mind. Okay. It's almost like accepting things that have happened, using it, like I said, to empower you moving forward. But that acceptance comes, and it's easy. It's going to be easy for you to do that as long as you open your heart and really focus on the fact that like you're really empowering yourself through these high frequencies of love and compassion and gratitude, right? Even with that. And then the High Priestess. There you go. Who is the guardian of the subconscious? She's in your final outcome. There's almost like a little bit of a mystery in terms of like, what's next? But that is the thing that could make you feel a little bit like, what's next? No, the universe is always taking care of you. You have to have trust in yourself, okay? You have to have that confidence and that self-belief. You're taken care of. Yeah? That's so interesting with you in the Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, which are all Taurus cards, by the way. Taurus rules your ninth house of spirituality, and you got these two references to the most spiritual leader in the Hierophant. Tap in, right? That spiritual warrior. All right. So what am I going to do here? I was going to do the Five of Pentacles. I want to see what's going on there. There you go. Yeah. Will you trust me? Will you trust me, Virgo? Do people ever say, "Let's go, Virgo"? I'll never say that again. I might once. You got the Ace of Wands. You're good. You're good. There's your new journey. There's your new path. There's your new anything that you want. Okay. It can be romantic. It can be relationship, career, profession. You see the leaves sprouting from that wand. I mean, like, plant them seeds. Like, things are growing. Remember, I said fertile ground. I talked about the fertility of the Empress, like creation. You're good. You're absolutely good. You got the Empress and the High Priestess. Like, really, I mean, I love this feminine energy. Even like the Knight of Cups has this soft side, and you're definitely going to be pursuing what your heart desires this month. That's like a big theme. But you have to stop being hard on yourself. There's even an element here too, okay? So it starts here. Let's not be hard on ourselves. Now, let's not be self-critical. This is a month where you say, I'm good enough. Actually, no, I'm better than that. I deserve it all. And you do. You do, okay? But I love this because that's helping you tap into your intuition and really exploring parts of you that maybe you have, like maybe, you are doing shadow work, but she, like I said, is a guardian of the subconscious. So it's going to be like a piece of cake. You're gonna be like Velma with a flashlight. You're gonna be fine. Anyway, let's break it down week by week. Virgo. Okay. Oh, no. Let's see. What was your you want to see the bonus card? What do we got here? Amazing. Six of Cups. Do it. Tap into your inner child. Okay. This card jumped out. It's saying that this is the biggest house in tarot, by the way. It's indicating this comfort, protection. You're protected. There's going to be a lot of family and friendships, connection this month. You got 3 sixes. Yeah, you got the Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Okay, so the six is harmony. Everything's harmonizing for you. But 6 out of the pip cards, there's more than one person. Yeah, you see here. You even see like one figure kind of towering over the others, as in protection, comfort. You're protected. You're good. And if you want to be the one that's protecting and providing, that's you. But you got to be strong for that. Okay? So you're actually really great. This is saying you can let your hair down. You're going to be fine. You're going to be absolutely fine. And have nostalgic moments. Cups, love, emotions, all that. Okay, so let's break it down week by week. Virgo, first week of August, you got There's a lot happening, right? You have Venus squaring Saturn and Neptune. We talked about that. That's going to be on the 1st. And Mars moving into Libra. We talked about that. That's August 6th. We got, even the Lionsgate portal. Mars trine Uranus. August 8th. Mars opposite Saturn, Neptune. We talked to, so you see that it's like just bonkers. A full moon in Aquarius on August 9th or 10th, depending on where you live. Mars trine Pluto on that Sunday. I can't even. Let's just stop there. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you. The first week of August. Look at you. You're not messing around. I love it. That's the best thing. Is like, remember, Queen of Swords is Libra, attributed to Libra. That fairness, that justice, not letting emotions cloud your judgment. Okay? You got to make like the decisions you got to make. You got to be decisive. You take action, quick thinking, head above the clouds. Perfect. Great. You may be signing something. Or mediating something, but there is some truth to the matter. And that's true perception right there with the Queen of Swords. And that is very Mars and Libra. Mars doesn't really have emotion. That would be Venus. But anyway, it is Venus's lover though. But anyway, second week. So great. Heart, mind. Cups. Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords. Second week, you got Saturn sextile Uranus on the 11th with Venus conjunct Jupiter. That's insane. And then Mercury going direct. And then, Mercury sextile Mars. Again, I just love that for you. Mercury being your ruling planet. Mars in your second house of income, salary, finances, but also like self-worth, self-value, and material possessions. And then you have, I'll tell you. Did I tell you? Venus is trining the North Node, sextile the South Node. So remember, Venus was bending the nodes last month. Now she's in a major favorable fated event for you with partnerships and love and money and contracts. Let's see what's going on for you for the second week. Oh, there we go. Of August. Oh my gosh. Meant to be. Virgo. Come on. Let's go, Virgo. I promise that'll be the last time. Okay. You got the Ace of Cups. You got 2 aces. I told you this is all about new beginnings for you. It's your birthday season. You got new moon in your sign, but this is when you got Venus conjunct Jupiter. Yeah. There you go. That's very Venus conjunct Jupiter. This is you getting, it's rapturous energy. Think about the last time you got something so big it made you, cry tears of joy. Like your like a dream job, or you had a baby, or getting married. I mean, that's what this is. Meeting your soulmate. That's what this is. Cups, love, emotions, feelings, intuition, wonderment, all of that. You're good. There's some partnership stuff in a big way here. You see that, right? Anyway, third week is when we have the triple conjunction with in Cancer with Jupiter at its degree of exaltation, and then happy birthday. We move into Virgo season. We have your new moon. Oh my goodness, there's so much happening. Yeah, we do have Sun square Uranus, and the Sun's going to be in your sign, so there just may be something here where it's just be flexible. There may just be something unpredictable. Are we on the third week? We're on the third week. Okay, so third week. Let's see what's going on for you with a new moon in your sign, Virgo. Sun, moon, and rising. Yeah, you got the 2 of Pentacles. There you go. There's going to be something here where you're going to have to, out with the old, in with the new. It just seems like there's, it feels more like a transition for me. There's just new stuff happening. You got to get rid of some of the old. You got to do a little bit of that balancing act. Remember, money's a big thing for you. You got the Pentacles here. But it can be something in your physical world. It's just, we got to make sure that everything is, remember, Mars is in Libra. It's all about balance, right? So you got to make sure there's a little bit of that balance. Okay. It feels more like work, home, and also like work, fun. Now, the last week, Venus moves into Leo. We got that day with 4 major Venus aspects, and then Uranus, sextile Neptune. Amazing. Let's see what is going on for you for the last week of August. Look at your journey. August is like a little mini journey. Maybe it wasn't a Freudian slip when I said the Ten of Cups earlier. Hey, I'm a psychic. Oh my gosh, who says that? Anyway, Ten of Cups. Happy everything. Happy everything. Happy everything. Look at the family. Look how happy they are. Look at the couple. The children. Everything. The rainbow. I mean, like, this is like complete joy on a whole other level, like nirvanic. Okay? With that Ten of Cups, that Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands. You're good. All right, Virgo. Happy birthday, y'all. I'm excited. I'm really excited for you. Okay. A lot of feminine energy, to be honest. There's a lot of, and tap into that just tap into that energy that you're going to love it. Okay. Virgo, y'all are amazing. Okay. So, tier 3 members. Yeah. We're going to pull a lot more cards. Let's see we're going to, go career, love, all of that. Next week, we'll go deeper in the aspects. You know, this is a big month. Okay. The Virgo, happy birthday. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.